Hand cannons have been one of the most used tools since the days of Destiny 1. With the ease of use and the ability to use precision to take down that Guardian or even that raid boss, most players are on the hunt for a god roll hand cannon. Today, well, we have a few different RPMs to choose from. We have our 140 RPM hand cannons, we have our 120 RPM hand cannons, and we have our 180 RPM hand cannons, each with its own distinct advantages and disadvantages from the other. Let's go over each of them and what rolls you're gonna want. Let's start with the tried and true 140s. Once upon a time, these were 150s and ruled PvP with an iron fist. With the changes and more recent nerfs to 120s, we'll go over that a little bit later, 140s have had a chance to truly shine again. They have a great rate of fire, but to 3-tap someone, they have to be all headshots. With current rolls, you can 2-head one body, but let's go over the most popular 140s and what rolls you want to look for. Now let's start with the tried and true Dire Promise. One of my personal favorites, as it's a hand cannon I've been using since Season 10, back in Season of the Worthy. The rolls you will want would be Snapshot or Opening Shot in the first column, paired with either a Rangefinder or Swashbuckler. Now, I don't want to say that there are some weirdos out there that enjoy Elemental Capacitor. I'll just leave that in the description for you to decide. My personal favorite would be Opening Shot for that first shot accuracy and range, paired with Swashbuckler, which allows you to multiply your damage based on kills and melee kills, which boosts damage to a max of ×5. This allows you to hit 93 crit shots per shot. Insane, I know. This is incredibly useful if you main a melee heavy class such as Warlock or those pesky teleporting titans. You can farm for Dire Promise from Banshee using gunsmith materials or pray Xur returns with the goods. I warn you, you can spend a lot of time at Banshee and not get this drop, so fair warning. Other 140s to look for would be our dear Palindrome, one of the most recent 140s to bless us in the energy slot. Rolls you are going to want are going to be Killing Wind or Quick Draw in the first column, paired with, again, a Rangefinder. Now, this increases range, but keep in mind it also increases your zoom while ADSing a bit more than usual. Now, an additional second slot choice would be Rampage. It still will stack damage on kills, but keep in mind it won't ever get that 2-tap potential. But it does allow for a bit more damage with a possible 2 crit 1 body. You can farm Palindrome in the GM Nightfalls. It's actually going to be dropping this coming Tuesday for those that may not know. I'll put a link in the description for a PNG for a complete chart of all the future GM Nightfalls and what they could possibly drop, just to make it more easier for you guys. Now, I highly recommend 140s for PvP as they have the perfect mix of great rounds per minute and decent range. Now on to the 120s. Now, when you hear 120 hand cannons, most people think of either Igneous Hammer or the ever-elusive Bottom Dollar from Gambit. Rest in peace, all those Gambit hours. 120s first came in with Beyond Light and pretty much dominated the PvP arena for almost an entire year. It used to have the same insane range, and when paired with Rampage, a 2-tap capability after just 1 kill. Man, was it nasty. Anyway, after the 2 range nerfs and 1 more damage nerf, 120s are kind of meh. I did recently do a video on why you should never use 120s, but I'll leave that down below if curiosity gets to you. Now, 120s are known for their sluggish shot that packs quite the punch. With the ability to 1-head 2-body, it makes it a great choice for those new to hand cannons. Now, let's get started with the smooth shooting Igneous Hammer. This Trials exclusive 120 comes with some amazing rolls, but personally for that first column, we're looking at either Killing Wind or Quick Draw paired with a Snapshot or Opening Shot. Now, you may be looking at this right now and going, no Rampage? I was told Rampage on 120s was the god roll. Well, since the nerf, they also nerfed Rampage for 120s. With Rampage right now, you need to get 2 kills to get that 2-tap capability. And well, in a competitive environment of 3v3s, if you manage to 3-tap 2 Guardians with ease, you're not really going to rely on that 2-tap for the third. It's just not as commonly used as Snap or Opening, which you're going to be using every single magazine for. Now, when talking about Bottom Dollar, things can get a bit complicated. Farming for this thing in Gambit was tough, and the amount of perks in each column, well, it's a bit excessive in my opinion. Nonetheless, The roles I recommend for it would be Killing Wind or Rangefinder in that first column, paired with Opening Shot or Eye of the Storm. Now, Eye of the Storm, honestly guys, it's a slept-on perk. It was famous when it was paired with Ostringer back in the Menagerie days, and for good reason. When your shields break and your health gets low, it makes your hand cannon more accurate and boosts its handling. Think of it like every shot is Opening Shot. It's a beautiful hand cannon perk that we frankly just don't see much of. And it's upsetting. I'm gonna say it. I'm upset about it. As you guys know, you guys can try to farm for it in Gambit, but good luck and please don't go bald over it. Now let's go to the 180s, the hand cannon that deserve a little bit more love than they're getting. Now, 180s aren't really the most used hand cannons in the world, but can be decent in Rumble and 6v6 game modes. There isn't a lot of 180s to choose from, so we will go over two of my favorites. Let's start with Vulpecula. We recently went over it in a previous video, so let's re-go over some of the roles and why. So for the first column, we're looking at Tunnel Vision. This will give you a greater target acquisition and a faster ADS speed for a short time. Pair that with Multi-Kill Clip, and both are going to be procced at the same time. So stay with me here. You get a kill, you reload, and now your target acquisition is greatly increased as well as your damage because both got procced at the same time. See where I'm heading with that? I find this role specifically amazing and really fun to use. Now, if you want to be a troll, you can use Headstone. This allows you to create a giant pillar of ice on a kill, which will ultimately block the enemy team from rezzing that orb. I know. The next 180, which everyone and their mother has 100 of, is Survivor's Epitaph. This fierce little guy can be great with the right roles. Now, first column, we would be looking at Tunnel Vision, paired in the second column with Kill Clip or even Multi-Kill Clip, which, like before, will both proc at the same time after a kill and reload. There is Eye of the Storm, but 180s are so forgiving on the shot and don't have a lot of recoil that it would be a wasted perk. I wouldn't recommend going into competitive game modes with the 180 in the current meta, but in game modes like Rumble and Quick Play can be a good amount of fun. Well, guys, that's it for the god rolls. Let me know down below which rolls you have and which ones you are grinding for. You guys already know we are sponsored by Advanced EG. Using code Matty at checkout does give you 10% off as well as support me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see your sexy faces on the next one.